folks, thanks for joining me today. So in today's tutorial, we're going to do a different kind of ornament. This is a mold that I had purchased a few years ago, and I made a bunch of them and had intended on having them ready for my craft shows. And you know what? I just ran out of time. So I thought, hey, let's paint together. So I'm just painting this guy with 2 coats of white base coat, and it's by DecoArt. And I only show you one, so I spare you the repetitiveness of doing 2 coats. But I do that and on the front and on the sides. It is about 1/4 of an inch thick, so I really wanted to make sure that I had a nice even coverage. So I had a nice even coverage for my paint colors. So speaking of which, I'm using autumn brown right now, and I'm gonna have to do 2 coats of this as well. So I put on a coat and then I let it dry, and then I put a second coat on. I also do the edges like I'm going to do right now, but there are spaces where my sponge just would not get into, so I do use a paintbrush to paint that in. It's just so that I have an even coat all the way around. The back side is going to be painted black, so that I can put my signature on there. And yeah, I just paint away with using my dauber sponge there. So the color that I'm using, like I said, was Autumn Brown by Delta. And all of my paint colors that I use in all of my videos are listed in the description. So these are just colors that I used, and they're just suggestion. I urge you to use what's in your stock. You don't need to go out and buy new paint. Just do what you have. You don't have to make your reindeer this dark. You can make them a little bit lighter. You can make them, actually just leave them white if you wanted. I'm thinking of doing another tutorial of just a white reindeer and just adding minor details. So to make them look really, really fancy and pretty and Christmassy. So stay tuned for that. That one will be coming up probably in the next couple of days. So I'm trying to do as much of a variety as I can for everybody for these 12 days of ornaments. Let me know what you think by leaving me a comment below. If you like the variety, if you want me to stick to one kind, or yeah, just let me know in the comments below. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. It's the easiest way for you to let me know that you like it. Leave me a comment if you wish. If you are new, please subscribe to my videos, to my channel, and ring the bell for my videos to be notified every time I post something new. And like I said, right now I'm in the middle of doing my 12 days of Christmas ornaments, and I've been having so much fun creating these things for you, and the different kinds of ornaments that we can do together. It's so much fun. So I really hope that you like this video that I'm doing right now. So I'm using my paintbrush, like I said earlier, to get into those spots where the sponge just wouldn't get into. Most of it's on the edges, and I'm just making sure that everything's got a nice good coat. And you see that my hands are covered in white paint, and that's because if I don't have paint on me when I'm painting, then I'm doing something wrong because I really get into my work, and my hands by the end of it are covered with just about every color that I use for painting. So I don't know if any of you are like that when you're painting, if you get a lot of paint on you, or if you're one of those really careful painters, or just have a knack of not getting paint all over you. I'd love to know your secret because I always end up with my hands covered in paint. So I've tried to use gloves, and I just don't have the same feeling. I really need to feel my artwork, so I can't use sponges. Sorry, I can't use, I'm looking at the video while I'm talking, so that's why I said sponges. Sorry. That's why I don't use gloves, because I find that I really need to be able to touch my artwork that I'm working on, and I can't do that with the gloves. At least I don't get the same feeling. So that's why I do that. So this part here, the tail and his belly are basically the white paint mixed in with a little bit of autumn brown, and just sort of sponged together to blend them together. And now I'm just doing some touch-ups to go around. I think his belly's a little bit too big, so I will go in with the sponge again and make that a little bit smaller before I start adding in any of the detail. And his hooves will be black. This one is not going to be Rudolph. He's just a regular reindeer. So one of the other 8 reindeer, you can pick whichever one you want. Yeah, he's looking pretty plain right now. Just looks like a reindeer bouncing around in the forest. But I do make him look very Christmassy. So stay tuned for that. How's everybody doing? Is everybody ready for Christmas? I mean, we're getting darn close. It's only a few more days away, which means I'm about midway through of my 12 days of Christmas ornaments. So I have a few more to do, and then this series will be over, which means when it's over, it's Christmas Day. So that's just a bit scary. I'll be honest with everyone, I have not yet been out to do my Christmas shopping. I've been working, and I've been putting these videos out, and just busy in my studio, creating these beautiful pieces of artwork to share with you, as well as some of my custom orders. So I'm almost done all of those as well. I've just been very busy, and it's been crazy. So yeah, let me know if you're a procrastinator like I am, or if you just maybe you haven't had time, and it's not much of a procrastination issue. It's more of no time. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know where everybody's standing for their Christmas shopping. So now I'm just going to add on some details on what I want to place on here. So I'm going to put on a reindeer harness. So he is going to be one of Santa's reindeer that pulls the sleigh on Christmas Eve. So I'm just drawing on where that harness is going to go. And then I go in with some white paint to allow for the red to show as bright as I can get it. So if I painted red right straight onto the reindeer of the dark color, I would have to do a few coats to get that nice bright color of red. This way, by doing it white first, I'm cutting out the multiple coats of red. It just sort of pops that color, gives it its truest color. And the red that I use is called True Red, so I really want it to be as red as possible. So that's why I'm doing this, and putting on his harness, his halter, all that in white. And I do the edges as well. So like, for example, right here, I'm doing around his neck. I do on top of his neck, and I also do around his chest. So that way it gives the look of 3D, and I'm making sure that I'm getting anything that's going to be showing on a Christmas tree is going to be showing with its color. So that's what I do with this guy here. You can see on some of his antlers, I need to do some touch-ups on there. I do that a little bit later. But right now I'm just really focused on getting this harness on. And I'll be honest with you, I was so happy on how well this turned out. I'm just totally winging it here. I've got no inspiration to look at, which I could have done actually. I didn't even really think of it, but I just went by memory from the many Christmas movies and Christmas stories that I have seen throughout my lifetime. And I just know that this is what it looks like. So I was just going by memory, and it turned out amazing. And see how bright that red is when I put it over top of the white. There is one more section that I did not paint white, and I did that on purpose so I could show you the difference, where I have to do like a couple of coats of red to bring it up to the brightness that the rest of the red is on this cute little reindeer. I don't know which one he is. You think that he would be like a vixen, or maybe a Donner. Sometimes I have a hard time remembering all of those reindeer names because they're not your typical names. But it's, I think, Donner and Blitzen, Comet and Cupid. I know I'm missing a bunch. So if you remember them, let me know in the comments below. That'd be really cool. So here I'm showing you, I'm putting on that last bit of his harness there, doing the cross on the front, and it is a little bit duller than what the rest of them are. So I do have to do a couple of coats there, but I just threw on a little eye on him. All I did was I made it so that his eyes looked closed, and now I'm just painting on his little black nose. Oh, I'm a poet. Look at that. So I'm just putting on his nose there to make him look really cute. And I will also be putting on some gold bells. Now they're very simple. I didn't do a lot of detail with it. All I did was I used my dotting tools, and I just added gold dots. And I added them in spaces where the bells would be hanging off of the harness. So right now I'm just outlining the harness just so that it can be seen a little bit better. And I'm doing, some parts are going to be overlapping others, so I'm not putting the line right through, and then some of the other parts I am. So it shows that there is an under and one that goes over, and it just allows me to show that it's a harness that's attached to the reindeer. I didn't put on the reins of the reindeer because I wasn't sure if I was going to have multiples of these guys in a row, that you could have that. You can do that if you wish. It's totally up to you. This is just what I did with my little guy here. And I think, like I said, I'm pretty happy on how he turned out. So just to let you guys know that our postal strike has ended in Canada. So our mail is now moving again. However, they are saying that a lot of the parcels and things like that are still going to be delayed, and there's no guarantee of arrival before Christmas. So in light of that, and to avoid disappointment, I am going to keep my Etsy shop on vacation until January the 1st. And I'm going to have a lot of stuff uploaded. I've been working really hard on getting that stuff set up and ready to go. So January 1st, maybe we'll make it January 2nd because no mail's moving on New Year's Day, but I will have it up and running for the new year. So if you're interested to go and check that out, do so in January. Now I'm just adding those bells by using my dotting tool and some glorious gold paint, and I'm just putting it on to his harness. And that's it. So I hope you liked this video, and remember folks, life is what you make it. So get creative.